I can sing with the...
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans. All that and more coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans. Welcome in, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. From his end zone, here's Tremont Smith. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And remember, when he came out of college, he left early. So a lot of people weren't really paying attention to this young man. But he's entrusted with a leadership role early in his NFL career and didn't shy away from it. His goal, continue to prove that there should have been one more quarterback that went in the first round of the 2021 draft.
And right off the bat, Mills looking to throw it. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
So excellent starting field position here for the Chargers. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Which has made this one succinct. Nice job there. Whoever got from defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and pulled it down.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Back to throw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll set up a throw. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chargers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is in his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the 1st to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Mills. Throw over the middle, caught by Jordan. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Mills. Eluding the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. And he floats one there, incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Mills to the air again. Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Austin Johnson gets the sack defensively. 3rd and long. You knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 2nd and 11. Caught left side, Williams. Caught a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Running on first down, Eckler. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early. because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards, good enough for a first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
It's a gain of 10. And the Chargers first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's complete to Williams. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. They'll look to throw again. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Chargers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, partner, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing play defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, only to see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Mills now. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And goes for a gain of 31.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, Mills. And he's got Jordan complete right side. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Third and short yardage, Mills. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 24-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mills. Over the middle, complete. It's Jordan. And he'll be moved down right at the 20-yard line.
And the perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. Because they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Mills from the gun on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Adderley, he's going to hold on to this one. A touchback, and the drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got his man. It's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a halt with a penalty marker down on the play.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Back to throw. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw again. Flushed out right. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 27-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And an incomplete pass. I'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's 21-3. That time a 9-play drive and was polished off by the touchdown run from the 16-yard line. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. On 1st and 10, Mills. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Second and 5. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. but what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jalen Guyton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Chargers in that first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
They started on the ground with Eckler, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. This caught left side by the tight end Parham. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They're going to look to throw. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end Everett. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it, turn upfield, and pick up the first down.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Up the middle with Eckler. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Now that's a quarterback who's in charge out there right now. Wants to throw the ball on 3rd down, doesn't find anyone open, tucks it away, takes off, and picks up the first down. Not by a little, but by plenty.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Throws right side, and that's complete. Touchdown, Chargers. Jalen Guyton with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Give all that credit defensively to Khalil Mack. A great stop in the backfield.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Mills. They'll run the screen with Mack.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Holding offense.
Titus Howard, right tackle, the man flagged for that one.
Second down.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Here's Mills.
Throw complete right side to Cooks. And that's good for a gain of 6. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
3rd and long for Mills.
He's going to go deep for Conley. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Let's go, man.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. This is caught by Williams. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
6 yards left on 2nd down. Now back to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
I would describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
J.K. Scott in proclamation.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's J.K. Scott now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Mills. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the 4th quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Mills to throw it. He completes this one to Mack. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. 6-yard return after a punt of 48.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Brandon, I got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have, where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans.
At their own 21.
Mills.
And he'll just get rid of it. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
And this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
To throw, Mills.
Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Mills now.
Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it. He's letting it fly for Cooks. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Eckler now between the tackles. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Yeah, on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, but that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Throwing, Mills. There again is Cooks, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Looking to throw is Mills. He dumps this off to Mack. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Mills again.
He finds his man, complete. That's Mack. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now Mills on fourth down.
He's going to air it out for Dorsett. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Victory formation time for the Chargers. They'll take a knee. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.